Ariel. So, I finally got my new microphone, and as you can tell, the quality of this video is a little bit lower than usual, especially the audio, and that's simply because I'm recording with my phone's microphone right now, so, but I will be plugging it in this video to see the audio quality difference. But before I do that, I want to show you the box. It's a pretty nice box. Now I know it's reversed, so you can't read it, but that's an A, that's a V, U, D, I, and O. So it should be audio, but it's Avudio, or at least that's how I say it. But it is a pretty nice box. Don't know if you can hear that. I'm not used to recording with my phone's microphone. All the videos before this have been filmed with this. A cheap $1 microphone. $5 actually, not $1. But anyway, here I have this, and it is a plug-and-play microphone. USB microphone, as you can see. And here it says, "Let your voice be heard." It's got a nice illustration. And on the side here, it tells you the audio options. It has stereo, which it says are for vocals and instruments. Omnidirectional, which it says is for multi-person podcasts and conference calls. And then we've got the famous cardioid, which it says is for podcasts, streaming voiceovers, and instruments. And then finally, we have bidirectional, which it says are for face-to-face interviews. So that's pretty nice. A lot of people have called this sort of a Blue Yeti knockoff. I wouldn't really call it that, but I can see how that would be a thing. It doesn't look very similar to the Blue Yeti, but in terms of performance, yeah, I could see that. Its frequencies are pretty much the same. However, this one is slightly more sensitive than the Blue Yeti, which is pretty nice. And obviously this one is for a fraction of the cost. This one cost me approximately $70 USD. And that's not a bad price. I think it cost as much as the Yeti Nano. I think that's a pretty accurate assumption. But yeah, I can't wait to try it out. And I did open it already just to test it out, and I was pretty impressed. Now, however, I will say it does have a feature where you can plug in your microphone, not your microphone, your earbuds. See, you plug this at the bottom of the microphone, and you can hear what you're saying real time without delay, which is pretty awesome. However, as I was using that feature, it does have a headphone gain knob on the microphone, as well as a microphone gain. So balancing the two to where I could hear myself as much as I was recording was a little bit challenging. So in this video, I'm just not going to use the headphones. I think it could be useful, but so far hasn't been useful. And the result has been me hearing myself better in the earbuds than I'm actually speaking into the microphone. So it's a little weird, a little bit disappointing, but I think I could fix that with a little bit of time and a little bit of training and experience and whatnot. But here we go. So I went ahead and opened the box while I was saying all of that, and it's very nice and easy to open. It is plug and play, and it does offer 2 cords and an adapter of some sorts. I think it's an adapter to where you can fit it on some sort of a professional studio stand. You know, one of those arm stands. But I'm not entirely sure. Right, and the other two cords that it offers are a USB-C to USB-C. That's the first one. And the second one is the typical USB-C to USB. Plug and play. And this one, here you can see, here's got the USB. Here's got for this strange adapter, which doesn't improve or isn't for any sort of connectivity. It's just to hold it somewhere, which, like I said, I'm guessing is for one of those recording arms. And then we've got the headphones. So it's pretty nice. And it's got two sides to it. On one, it's got the headphones gain right here. You can make it louder. Then you can make it softer, obviously. And it's got a mute button as well, which is very nice. I experimented with it a little bit. It's got a nice sound to it. And it does work very well, very quickly. And it doesn't make too much of a popping sound, which is great. And on the other side, we have got a gain knob for the microphone itself. How loud you want the gain or how soft you want it. I'm going to go all the way just because I like it that way. And here are the different settings. I believe this is right. We've got bidirectional here. We've got cardioid here. Omnidirectional. And finally stereo. It's pretty nice. Now I'm going to be trying all the settings, muting in between. And I don't know, I guess y'all tell me what you like best. So without further ado, I'm gonna put it on my stand. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So it's got this right here, and this can either tighten or loosen this stand to this. And here, let me show you. You can actually unscrew those. See, I just unscrewed one. You can unscrew them and just have the microphone by itself, which is pretty nice. It's not something that you could grab like a regular microphone. It's not what it's for, but I imagine this is, again, like I said, to connect it to some sort of arm for a studio or something, where you can have it like here or whatever. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And I'll try to pop it back on. See if that works well or not. Maybe not. Well, try it the other way. If I fail again, I think I'll just edit it out. I am failing, but I think that's okay. And the video quality may or may not be worse this time, simply due to the fact that I had to switch the software that I was using on my phone to record, because say for example, if I was using the regular phone's application for recording, the regular camera, then it would not work with the microphone. It would not. So I had to actually get another application that would work, and the video quality may or may not have suffered a little bit as a cause, but I think that's okay. And eventually I will upgrade the camera as well and have a professional camera. But without further ado, I'm going to connect it in. This may or may not sound okay. I'm going to try and make it as soft as possible, and in we go. Guys, we are in, and I have the gain all the way up on my makeshift stand, which is just protein powder box. Yeah, don't ask me what protein. Gains are the only thing that matter. But here I'm looking at it, and it's very beautiful. You guys should take a look at this. It's very beautiful. Look at that. I love it. It's beautiful. And the performance exceeds my expectations. I said that this was $70 USD, 70 USD. But I honestly only paid around $6 for this. And I wanted to buy it a lot sooner. But I knew that I had an opportunity if I just waited. So what I did was, I waited till they had a 40% discount on it, and I would fill out exams for a college company that would give me Amazon gift cards every time I did. And it wouldn't be a lot, it'd be about $10 a week that I'd be making, but it added up very quickly. And eventually, the discount was applied, and I used up all the gift cards, and out of pocket, I only ended up paying around $6-7, which is pretty sweet, if you think about it. Because I can say that this is a very expensive microphone for me, but very cheap in terms of reality, I guess. But, yeah. So I have been doing soft-spoken. I'm not really used to that. But then again, I'm a pretty fresh ASMR artist. I could get used to it. But if we whisper, I think it's a lot easier to get into the groove of things, and a little bit easier to tingle. I am about 3-4 inches away from the microphone right now. And I'm gonna get a little bit closer, as close as I possibly can be. And guys, I don't have my headphones on right now, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because if I make any sort of pops, which this thing isn't supposed to pop, but if it does, I won't be able to hear it until I check out the video afterwards when I'm editing. But that's okay, because I think this way I can focus less on, because it sort of distorts the sound that I'm producing. And if I think I'm producing a good sound in my headphones, I might not actually be producing a good sound in the video. But since it'll sound good in the headphones, it'll sort of promote me and incentivize me to continue doing that. So I think if I just let it flow naturally, it'll be a little bit better. But anyway, I've been rambling a lot. This is the cardioid setting. Let's see if it works with tapping. I'm tapping on the body of the microphone right now, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If it sounds good, if it sounds terrible, but I'm doing it just for the sake of doing it. And I'm gonna get the box. I'm gonna close the box again, and I'm gonna tap on it a little bit, just because I can, I guess. Now, I have had some confusion with the settings on the microphone, and that confusion arises from what setting gives me the ear-to-ear availability. Obviously, I can edit that to where it does that, but it's not the same, is it? It's not. But I guess we'll figure it out now, won't we? And obviously I have it on cardioid because that is the most common setting for ASMR. Although stereo does work for a lot of ASMR artists. And omnidirectional, I don't think omnidirectional gets used a lot. But I would say that stereo gets used quite a good bit, as well as bidirectional. Maybe I'm just dumb. But I'm not an audio freak, but I know that this is definitely an upgrade from this, and certainly an upgrade from the actual phone's camera, which I hadn't been using anyway, but it is an upgrade. So I will be changing the setting now to, I'll go to stereo, just for the sake of it, just to contrast the cardioid and stereo. So I'm going to mute it. 3, 2, 1. And we're back, and now I have it on stereo. Now I kept confusing the two, audio settings, because I kept thinking that this was stereo, but this is bidirectional. And obviously this is stereo, and it's got the little signs on the microphone, but I still kept getting confused, and I almost got confused again just a second ago, but I think I got it now. So this is stereo, and I'm going to come up a little bit closer, whispering just about as close as I was with the other one, and I believe that this is the one that goes 2 ways. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think stereo is the one where I can go from the right ear to the left ear, or vice versa, depending on how this microphone records it. I'll see it in a second. But, I think this still has a possibility of being very tingly. I don't know. Obviously, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. But if it's not, then I'll just stick to using cardioid or some other setting. But, obviously if this one has the ear-to-ear setting, which I'm not sure. There's one of them that does that, but I don't think it was omnidirectional for some reason. Omnidirectional could record from all the different angles, but it didn't sound like it was from a different angle. It just sounded like one mashed up, I want to say mono audio. All you audio tech freaks are gonna be so mad at me. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know a lot yet. But as I go along, I do expect to know a lot more. So, with that being said, that was stereo. And we are going to go to omnidirectional. In 3, 2, 1. I do believe that I'm on omnidirectional. Let me check real quick. Okay, yeah. I am on omnidirectional right now. And, well, I'm on the top right now. And here, I'll just bring it up here with me so you can see. I'm on the top. That's what it looks like. I'm on the front. That's what it looks like. And I'm on the back. And obviously that's what it looks like. I do believe the gain is up all the way. It is all the way. But I do believe that you can understand everything that I'm saying. Unless I just have a terrible speech impediment. Which I might. That might be a possibility. Guess we have yet to discover that, don't we? But, that's omnidirectional. I don't think there's anything really special about that one, aside from the fact that you can record equally from every single angle. And this is what it sounds like from close-up, around 1.5 inches, about 3 inches now from the microphone, and I think it still can be tingly. It still has a potential to be tingly, but I don't know. I'm all the way up to it now, trying not to whisper too loudly, but loud enough to where it is still tingly and not too soft. You know what I'm saying? But that was omnidirectional. The next setting is actually cardioid, but I already did cardioid. I think the next one is bidirectional. Hang on, let me check. Right, so I'm on bidirectional right now, and that is the last audio setting, which is pretty nice. There's 4, not 1 or 2, but 4 audio settings, and I do believe that the Yeti is like that, the blue Yeti. and even the Yeti professional version. I don't know how much you can compare it to the Yeti, but definitely this is a pretty good microphone from what I have seen. Definitely does the job well enough. And if you're still watching this at this point and you're wondering what that buzzing noise in the background is, I guarantee you it's not the microphone. And I can tell you, it's actually a fan in the next room. I didn't want to turn it off. I couldn't turn it off, actually. Don't know what's wrong with it. But, I hope that doesn't bother you too much. I hope you can't hear it too much. But that shouldn't be a problem in the next video. I'll definitely have it turned off in the next video. But, obviously this is the bidirectional, which bi means two, right? Bi means two. Correct. Like a bicycle. 2 pedals. Not 2 pedals. Well, there are 2 pedals, but it's two. Bi means 2. I know that. Tri means 3. And now we're done with prefixes. Okay. So bi, obviously meaning 2, must mean that this, the front, and this, the back, must be the 2 entrances. However, when I was listening to myself with the headphones, I could also hear myself from up here. It's a little bit strange, but I'm not complaining. It does give off a different sound, or at least it did on the headphones. So we're going to see what happens. I'm just going to come close up like on the other settings and see what happens. So this is the front that I am talking through, and I am talking about half an inch away from the microphone right now. And let us flip to the back and see what happens, if it sounds the same, if it sounds better, or whatnot. Okay, so I am about the same distance away from the back. Maybe not. Maybe I'm a little bit closer, but yeah. I hope it sounds the same. If it doesn't, oh well. I don't really intend to be using this setting a lot, but I just wanted to experiment. See the different things, see what works better, see what doesn't work. Just see what happens, see what you guys like. And now I'm going to the top. Now, I don't think that this should be working, this top, but it sort of all is connected. So if you're gonna hear it through one end, you're slightly gonna hear it throughout the other end. I guess that's just how it works. Because this is like a cover. Right, this thing is like a cover. You can see how they've placed it on there. It isn't removable, at least not without some damaging force. But you can see that it is a case for the actual diaphragm, if that's how you call it. Again, I'm not a genius, but I do know that this has 3 I want to call it 3 diaphragms, or even 3 microphones on the inside, as opposed to 4 from the Blue Yeti. I might just be making all of this crap up, but I'm not trying, guys. I truly do believe what I'm saying. I did my research, but again, I could have forgotten everything. I should have taken notes. It's a terrible idea that I just went into this thinking I could pop quiz it. But this video is going on for quite a long time now. I'm gonna go back to cardioid because that's obviously the default. Okay, so I'm back to cardioid, and I think I'm gonna wrap up this video, but I'm gonna say some last words, I guess. So I do intend to continue using this microphone, obviously, in all of my upcoming videos. And, I obviously do intend to eventually upgrade my camera quality as well, get an actual camera. But as y'all know, good quality cameras are very expensive, more expensive than a lot of phones as well. And, when you can get a decent phone with a decent video quality, camera quality, goodness gracious, I can't stumble on I'm gonna try that all again. So, obviously I do plan to upgrade my camera quality, but cameras are very expensive. So, when you can have a decent phone for a fraction of the price of a good camera, with the decent phone having a decent camera, you stick to the phone for a while, obviously. But like I said, eventually I do plan to upgrade my camera and get a good camera. Not a decent camera, but a good camera. I am looking at the Canons, but obviously that'll be in a while. I'm not made of money yet. But yeah, like I said, I'll be using this microphone, and for now I'll be using this phone. I don't think that's a really big problem, as ASMR is mainly audio quality, although some people do love amazing camera quality, including myself. I like great camera quality, but I prefer audio quality, I'll tell you that. And I can tell you that the majority of people watching ASMR would probably agree with that. What matters the most is the audio quality. And when you invest in audio quality, it obviously makes your videos a lot better than they could be if you just increased the video quality. So, I hope you enjoyed this little review. I know I'm not very experienced with this kind of thing, but I give it my honest opinion, my honest review. Was it worth the money? I only paid $6. It was totally worth the money. Would it be worth $70? However, I don't know. I guess that's up to you. I'm not entirely sure how much better this is in comparison to the Nano, but according to the audio specifications on the back, this is most definitely better than the blue. No, not the blue. Than the Yeti Nano. Is it better than the blue Yeti itself? Maybe. And is it better than the Yeti Pro? Probably not. But maybe. It is a possibility. But again, you guys tell me what you think. If you're still watching me up to this point, we're almost at the 30-minute mark. If you're still watching at this point, let me know what you think about this microphone, obviously. Tell me if you like it, if you don't like it. It's whatever. What setting you like best. I would certainly like to know what setting you guys like the best. Because obviously that's the one that I'll intend to use from now on. Mainly, obviously, if there is an ear-to-ear setting, I'll use that eventually. And from time to time, because obviously every channel's gotta have some ear-to-ear, right? But aside from that, I had fun filming this, so yeah, let me know what y'all thought about any of it, about my hair, about my protein. I don't like talking about my protein, but if you must, or what you came here for, my microphone. So with that being said, y'all have a good night, or a good day, or a good morning, or a good evening, or whatever. Y'all just take care of yourselves. See ya.